Mike and Winona met Lelena Pierce at 11 o'clock. Lelena had gotten there early and was already waiting for them at a booth by the window. Good morning. Good morning, Lelena. Good morning, Mike. Here comes waitress Penelope. Good morning, people. What's it going to be? Out the Bayside crepes and a cup of mud morning coffee. Okay, Mike, and for you, ladies, give me the paradise pancakes. And a cup of morning coffee. Out the Bayside pancakes and a cup of morning coffee. Coming right up. That's a very charming waitress. I'm excited to hear about your idea for a documentary. Tell her, Winona. Okay. As we've told you, Robert Downey Jr. and Kiefer Sutherland have gone AWOL from the movie 1969. We want to film a documentary about that phenomenon. Explore the circumstances that may have motivated them to make that decision. Yeah, that's good. Maybe the working conditions were bad. Maybe the hours were too long and the pay was not commensurate. Oh, I get some listeners. Thanks for the thumbs up. Okay. Yeah, exactly. But we would have to get Kiefer and Robert to agree to do the documentary. I'm sure Kiefer and Robert are more than happy to oblige. Do you know how stubborn and obstinate Kiefer and Robert can be? Kiefer and Robert are stubborn and obstinate, but I truly believe that this is something that they would want to be involved in. Thanks for joining me, people. I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. What's your plan for getting Kiefer and Robert? We don't necessarily have to get Kiefer and Robert. We could have a beautiful woman lure them into a bar and get them drunk while there are cameras at the bar that are secretly recording their conversations. These recordings could be culled together for a documentary. Okay, that's a great idea. Illegal, but great. Obviously, this won't be a documentary that'll be shown at your local movie theater. Where will it be shown? In another dimension. I've been studying up on 11-dimensional hyperspace and found a way to access another dimension. Once the documentary is filmed, we can run off to the other dimension with it. In this dimension, everything looks and feels the same. San Francisco looks almost exactly the same, but with different circumstances. A different chain of events has transpired involving the same people and the same places. We could show the documentary on this parallel plane of existence. Sounds good. Let's get it started. Yeah, let's. Great, I'm looking forward to it. They ate breakfast and had a wonderful afternoon. Meanwhile, in a parallel narrative, Dalton Donner is leaving for the day and sees Principal Sawyer in the parking lot outside of Westerbrook High School. Hi, Veronica. How was your day? Relatively smooth sailing considering the circumstances. Circumstances? What circumstances? Zit-faced Charlie has been secretly slathering a slippery, oily substance in the hallways. People have been slipping all over the fucking place. How do you know it was Zit-faced Charlie? I have a sixth sense about Zit-faced Charlie. I know it was Zit-faced Charlie. Why don't you turn him in? I need more evidence to turn him in. Anyway, can we please talk about something else? Sure, all of a sudden, JD pulls up to them in a parking lot in a light green 74 Chevy Corvette. I know what we can talk about. We could talk about me taking Veronica to the movies on Saturday night. No, JD. I'd rather talk about me kicking your ass on Saturday night. I don't condone violence, but I might make an exception for you. Don't worry. I don't want to fight a science, dude. We need another type of competitive competition to determine who wins her heart. I was thinking the same thing. What would your idea for a competition be? My idea is that we could each think of an exciting adventure that we could take Veronica on. Whoever successfully takes her on this adventure wins Veronica's heart. I like that idea. Here's the adventure I would take on Veronica on. I would take her to Yellowstone Park, camp out under the moon, and try to live there off the fat of the land, hunting and fishing. For entertainment, we would tell each other ghost stories. We could bring beer, but no food. We would have to hunt prey for our survival. That would be our source of food. We could only bring a limited amount of clothing. At some point, we would have to wear animal pelts and animal fur. That actually sounds like a lot of fun. Here's my idea. I would like to find a way to not only preserve my and Veronica's youthful appearance for billions and billions of years, but keep us alive until the Milky Way galaxy collides with the Andromeda galaxy. Eons in the future. At the moment of collision, I want to make love with Veronica. After we make love, we will both die and be reborn eons into the future, an entirely new galaxy that I shall name Love Destiny. Wow, that's fucking ambitious. Can you really make that happen? I'm a science teacher. I can do anything. This is going to be fun. They talked more and had a wonderful afternoon. The next day arrived, and Dalton and Veronica went to their respective rooms at Westerberg High School. After class lets out for the day, Dalton is sitting at his desk grading papers for an essay that he assigned to his students about how cosmologists inferred from observations the presence of dark matter in the universe. In the middle of this, he hears a knock on the door. It is Veronica Sawyer. Dalton? Yes, what is it, Veronica? I was very impressed with your idea about living on with me eons into the future after the Milky Way and Andromeda galaxies collide. You have a wonderful sense of the romantic. You won my heart. This is terrific, Veronica. Our love is destiny. By the way, I wrote a song about the idea of us living on in a new galaxy that will be formed after the Andromeda and Milky Way galaxies collide. It's called Winona Ryder. Do you know for sure that not only the Milky Way galaxy is going to collide with the Andromeda galaxy, but when they do collide, we will live on in a new galaxy? Yes. How do you know this? Because I'm a science teacher. All of a sudden, they turn around and see JD at the door to Dalton's classroom. He was eavesdropping and heard their whole conversation. Yeah, right. The science nerd and the bitchy principal of Westerberg High School are going to live on in some hypothesized new galaxy. That's right, prick. Now get the fuck out of my classroom. What are you doing here? Veronica, what is it? You don't actually believe that Dalton can take you to another galaxy eons in the future, do you? Yes, I do believe him. Oh, come with me. We could go drink beer, hunt and fish, wear animal pelts, and live off the fat of the land. Veronica starts laughing hysterically. Oh, yeah. That sounds wonderful. I'd love to live like an early Australopithecus specimen with some loser like you. JD looks at Veronica with the angriest look that she has ever seen on a human face. He doesn't say anything and just runs off. He looks angry. He sure did. Would you like to take a walk? Sure. They take a walk and had a wonderful afternoon. When Saturday night arrives, Dalton and Veronica go to the Dreamlove Theater to see a movie that depicts alternate versions of people's lives as portrayed by the most advanced robots of the day called Mirrorbots. In a parallel narrative to this, a few students from Dalton's honors astrophysics class decide to sneak into a facility that contains a particle accelerator to try it out. A student named Hugh Henderson somehow deciphered the passcode to get into and is followed by Tom Bergenheimer, among others. Inside the facility, they behold a particle accelerator the size of 4 football fields that collides particles to try to determine more elemental particles that haven't been discovered. Check it out. Yeah, this is where it all happens. All of a sudden, 2 drunken football players from Westerberg High School stumble into the facility. They seem to have followed them in. Their names are Heinrich Eisendorf and Henry Hilbort. In their drunken stupors, they accidentally set off the particle accelerator at full capacity, resulting in a tear in the time-space continuum, which further results in different localities being dislocated along various points on the time-space continuum. For instance, the very particle accelerator site that they're on is transported to medieval France, whichever you prefer. While the Dream Love Theater that Dalton and Veronica are watching a movie at is transported to Petaluma, California in 1984. Meanwhile, back at the Dream Love Theater, Dalton and Veronica are watching Mirror Bots. Enjoying the movie? Yeah, it's not bad. Does something seem different? Different? What? I just get this feeling that we have been somehow transported. Yeah, maybe. When the movie ends, they walk out into a warm summer afternoon in 1984 in Petaluma, California. The town where Winona Ryder grew up. They look at each other in amazement. They had a wonderful afternoon. As they were walking around Petaluma that afternoon, they began having a conversation. Beautiful day out. Yes, it is. We've been displaced somehow, obviously in the past, in Petaluma, California. The cars parked around here look like 70s and early 80s models. I wonder what the exact year is. Let's just grab a newspaper from the nearest box and find out. Dalton grabs a copy of the Petaluma Gazette from the newspaper box, from the nearest newspaper box. Look at the date. It's June 23rd, 1984. Wow. How do you think we could have gotten here? This is going to take some deductive reasoning to figure that out. First of all, what are some of the methods of time travel to the past? Let's see. There's going faster than the speed of light. That's unlikely. According to Einstein's theories, the speed of light is the speed limit. Yeah, what about a tear in the fabric of time and space? That could enable you to travel to the past. The only thing is, how will that happen? There would have to be some kind of mechanism that tore a hole in the fabric of time and space. Oh, hi, JJ. What type of mechanism exists around Westerberg High School that could do that? The only thing that comes to mind is the particle accelerator nearby. Wouldn't experiments conducted by scientists there be done in a diligent way to prevent against that? Yes, that's true. Wait a minute. What if they weren't scientists? What if some jackass or jackasses trespassed onto the premises and activated the accelerator? Maybe they collided particles that tore a hole in the fabric of time and space. I wonder who would do that. Yeah, maybe students at Westerberg High School. Yeah, maybe drunken students who wandered onto the premises, or maybe college students. They've been known to pull some wild fraternity pranks. Since we've been displaced in such a bizarre way, let's just enjoy the day. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how reality has been altered. If my own theories are correct, if the time-space continuum is altered in such a way, different moments in time and different places in space can be completely mismatched, forming an alternate chronology in space. Look, it's the Mirrorbots from the movie Mirrorbots that we saw at the Dreamlove Theater. Yeah, look at them. Somehow they've been spliced from that movie to here in Petaluma, California in 1984. The Mirrorbots approached Dalton and Veronica very intently, and one of them speaks. The reflection on his mirrored body reflects the moment in the past right before Dalton and Veronica entered the Dreamlove Theater in the year 2025. Time and space have been altered. Look in the mirror for the cause of this occurrence. They look in the mirror and could see Henry and Heinrich from Westbrook High School near the particle accelerator. That's Heinrich and Henry. Bye. The Mirrorbot went away. That's interesting. Yes, it is. Let's just enjoy the evening, the day and the evening now that we're here. Yeah, they enjoyed the afternoon and had a wonderful evening. All right. Thanks for joining me. I hope you join me on my next live stream. Good day. Bye.